Emily, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. Do the thing.
Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man.
Jesus man indeed. Hi everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raise on Popcorn with Grant, everybody. And today we're talking about a movie. Movies and TV, that's what we do here. And that movie is Faith of Angels. Faith of Angels is in theaters now. I got to see it because of a screener link. Thank you to my friend Emily McLean for hooking me up with that. I am. She is fantastic. I want to make that clear. She is awesome, Emily. I also want to make something else clear before we begin. First off, as I say in all of these, Jesus did not make this film. Okay, filmmakers made this film. Secondly, I don't need Jesus. I have Jesus. You all need better movies. Secondly, the other thing is what happened with Joshua. His story and is miraculous, undeniably, and could be fodder for a really gripping film. Sadly, Faith of Angels is not that film. Though I will say it is not. It is not the worst of these types of films. I will just let you know in advance. This will not be getting the middle finger of kindness from me. It's not going to get a positive review, but it's not going to. I can't quite with. I can't enthusiastically say that I had trouble watching this. Let's just put it at that. So anyway, Faith of Angels is directed by Garrett Batty. It tells the story of this young boy named Joshua. He lives in Utah. I already know it was a Utah production because I recognize a lot of locations. Yeah, you can tell this is a Mormon production because of people probably already know this. I think I mentioned this before, but my father's side of the family, I myself am not Mormon. I am not even religious necessarily. I do not. I'm spiritual, but I would consider myself spiritual, not religious. The other side, my father's side of my family, is Mormon. So I've visited Utah a lot. I know a lot about Mormonism, and I've seen a lot of Mormon movies. And I can tell you right now, yeah, if you see a guy whose main acting attribute is gee whiz and constant obsession with father-son camping trips, you're watching a Mormon movie. And that's where we are here. And it turns out, but this one is based on a true story. So, yeah, Joshua is camping with his father. What's up? Luke, when you decide to watch Hundreds of Beavers, hit me up. We need to do, like, a first watch together of that. We need to do that, like, as a watch-along on your channel or something. Because I'm running out of hours. That's why it's going to be on Luke's, if we do it at all. So, yeah, he's camping with his dad, and goes to explore the mine and gets lost deep within it, and is trapped there for days. And as everybody is starting to give up hope, salvation comes in the form of a man who seems to be hearing voices from God or angels of some kind, leading him to this boy to rescue him, and the boy is also hearing them to help him on his path out. And the only actor in this I recognized was Mr. Not Miss Clara from The Forge, who is similarly not great in this. The dad I kind of recognized. His face looked familiar. Otherwise, yeah, everybody else I didn't really recognize anybody else. And this is the story of how I don't think it's spoiler saved right at the last moment. Yeah, the kid was saved. This is the story told in Hallmark Vision. Now look, movies like Faith of Angels, it's similar to, remember last year I reviewed that film called Shelter in Solitude. Faith of Angels is the kind of film that giving it a negative review kind of makes me sad, because I feel bad picking on a movie like this, because I will say this first and foremost. This is not anti-racist. This is not God's Not Dead. This is not what have you. This is not nefarious. Like this is not hateful. Not at all. This is not offensive. Its heart is entirely in the right place. Absolutely. It's sincere, almost to a fault. It's a story worth telling. Faith of Angels is a very well-intentioned, very, very well-meaning, bad movie. I feel no pleasure in saying that. For a movie that is about a child almost dying, how do I go into this without looking like an asshole? Well, consider a movie where a child almost dies. I shouldn't be unintentionally laughing throughout most of it. I sadly did with Faith of Angels, because the acting, bless all these actors. I don't never blame the actors. I used to often blame the people in charge. So I blame the people in charge. But the acting across the board in this is pretty bad, including, again, my heart. Look, before I say what I'm about to say, let's not forget, Jacob Tremblay's first movie was Smurfs 2, all right? Everybody's got to start somewhere. Eventually, you will hopefully get the hang of it. And, every good child actor had to have a bum first role, right? The kid is really bad in this. He's really stiff. He's in a life-altering event, and his emoting is either... It's both underplaying it and overplaying it kind of simultaneously, but the underplaying side of it kind of wins. Like, there's scenes where he hallucinates, and it's so strange, it's kind of hilarious. Like, there's a thing about how he's clearly starving because he's been down there for a few days. And the way he goes about this is he imagines himself in a school cafeteria where it's cheeseburger day. And, like, the school, the lunch lady, the custodian, is, like, giving him as many burgers as he wants, because clearly he's hungry. And then he looks down at the burger, and he takes a bite of it, and then not only his burger, but his sides and his drink and everything on his plate and his tray is rocks. And he kind of goes, like, ah! And that's exactly how he does it. It was really strange. It's like, and again, the filmmaking also is not great. Now, I will say this. The filmmaking also is not the worst I have seen of these movies. It's not The Firing Squad. It's not, it's shot like a Hallmark movie, but at least it's shot like a Hallmark movie. At least it's shot like a movie of some kind, unlike something like The Firing Squad. But it is a very overlit, TV-esque looking movie. I don't think this needs to be a theatrical film, quite frankly. I think if this was direct-to-video or on streaming, it would work fine. I really do. I think this movie is perfectly fine on that basis, for those who want to see it. I lost nothing watching this at home. I probably would be even a little bit more upset with this film if I had to see it in a movie theater. But the fact that thanks to my friend, I got to watch it at home, it was slightly better. But the thing is, this movie just well-intentioned, but just so earnest and so syrupy to the point where I kind of chuckled when I shouldn't have chuckled. And as much as and here's and one other thing, one little thing about the filmmaking. In the scenes in the cave, and I understand that's the point, but, it's not merely that, the lighting is dim, because it's going to be a little dim. He's in a cave, right? It's like City of Dreams. It's not going to look... You're in a dark place. It's not going to look bright or anything. It's not going to look, pristine and new. It is literally pitch black in almost every scene. I had trouble finding out where the kid was, because in the frame, because it was actually kind of hard to see some of this movie. It was strange. And it's an HD copy. It's a theatrical master, the screener that they gave me. Because the outdoor scenes look good. They look like, to the extent that this movie looks theatrical, it looks theatrical. But it's just really dark. But again, I think this movie's heart is in the right place, and I do think that, I couldn't hate this movie, because to hate this movie, it had to be more mean-spirited. This is one of those kind of movies where it's like, you'd have to be, there's no dark agenda here. Not like, unlike The Forge or movies like that, there's no undercurrent, there's no brainwashing element here. This movie's heart is in the right place. It is completely harmless. But it's not, it doesn't succeed on a technical or acting level the way that it wants to. And I think that is too bad, because I really do think this was a passion project. The screener I got had an intro from, I believe, the director and the child actor who played Joshua. And you can tell that they really worked hard on it. They talked about, we're a real independent film. Our movie is not a big budget film. And, you can tell, but I always root for those little guys to make their films. I do. If you want to make a film and you got no money, make a film and, make it as best as you can. That side of it I'm okay with. But I think that this story deserved a bigger treatment. And I feel like this movie didn't quite get there. Sadly. I am not going to go all the way to 0 with this, because I do think that, again, you have to grade these movies to some degree on a curve. And I think, all things being equal, this is not a 0 movie. This is not hateful. This is not offensive. This is not mean-spirited at all. This doesn't, it doesn't, even the atheist character, who gets razzed a little bit, is not a bad guy. Like, he's not a villain. Like, they don't try to, like, turn him into some kind of straw man, Kevin Sorbo in God's Not Dead kind of character. He's just kind of, or like the warden dude in the firing squad. He's just a guy who's just doesn't believe in it until he's given a reason to. And he's not hated for that. You know what I mean? Like, he's still, portrayed as a pretty good dude. And that would be the dude from The Forge. If that's the character I'm referring to, the cop. I think he's like the chief of police, actually. I'm pretty sure they said in the film. Yeah, this is just, it's harmless. It's charming. I think that if you're already Christian, like a practicing Christian, this is for you. I really think you'll enjoy it, because I think that it'll just, you'll just want the uplift of the story itself. If you want to see an actually good movie with these themes, though, like Ordinary Angels, like, go rent that. From Angels to, the Cabrini from this year, really good movie. American Underdog. I didn't love Unsung Hero, but Unsung Hero at least was decent. So I guess I'll say that too. It's just there's no reason to see this in a theater. But if you're at home and you're Christian, I'm not going to give it a matinee either, or even a rental, just because I'm going to give it a 1. Because I think that overall, it is a bad film. I can't recommend this film. I can't even recommend it on the low end, because it's a bad movie. It is objectively a bad film. Sorry, it is. But again, it's not hateful. It has its heart in the right place. It's paced well, too. The movie's about 100 minutes. It doesn't feel long. It doesn't feel very long. It's very it's pacey. It's not it's just it just wasn't executed very well. That's all. Anyway, yeah, Faith of Angels, I'll give it 1 star. 1 star out of 5. Let's close the book on it. Trailer Trash None. I watched it at home on the screener. Again, thank you, Emily. Again, truly. And all my friends over there in Utah. Like, thank you. Yeah, apparently this is playing in Utah cinemas exclusively now. It will be going wider Friday, for those who are interested. Okay, and was there shawarma? Yes, throughout the entire end credits. Although even the credits, this kind of strange placement. It was maybe that was just the print I got. Maybe that came with mine, but I don't know. It's a theatrical master, so it probably is the way it is in theaters. But yeah. So that's it. We will be back, like I said, this week for a bunch of reviews. I'm not going to list them all again. Yeah, that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Love you all, class dismissed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's, hey, Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews lists and other fun stuff, you can find me on all my social media. I'm on literally everything, and either Raised on Popcorn with Grant or Raised on Popcorn. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of Faith of Angels? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below. Let me know. And until we meet again, we're all raised on popcorn. Big Mouth extra butter. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone. See you around. Bye.